Let's talk about the components of culture. So there are 5 components of culture. I'm going to go through each one of them and break them down as best as I can. The first component of culture is symbols. If you think back to another lecture that you may or may not have already watched, symbols are anything that represent anything else. So the previous examples I gave were the Pope for the Catholic Church, finger guns for Texas Tech. We can also talk about colors as symbols. The United States Supreme Court is going to be a symbol. We can talk about symbols as numbers. So certain numbers have certain meanings. So 3.14 going on for infinity, that is a symbol in math for pi. Also the number 69, you know. So those are symbols. The next one is language. So language is going to be a complex system of symbols. We use language to speak to one another, to sign to one another, if we're talking about American Sign Language or other versions of sign language. It's also body language. Pauses between our words have meaning. The way that we make eye contact or don't, if we cross our arms, if I start doing this, you know that body language means that I need to go to the bathroom. So we have ways that we communicate with each other either verbally or non-verbally. So that's language. Beliefs. Beliefs are the way that we feel about certain things and the way that we hold certain truths to be real or not. These are highly individual. They can translate into group beliefs. Religion is the easiest example of a belief system. When we hold something to be true and we get our emotions involved, that can fall under beliefs, under components of culture. The next one is values. What do we want as a society? Do we collectively want the same things as individuals, or does society have overarching goals? You may be familiar with some of the values that we hold in the United States. We hold a value of individualism. We hold a value of being a patriot or loving our country. We have a value of equality. We hold certain things to be true and to be valued and to be what we want as a society or as an individual. These are values. Norms. These are my favorite. So norms are rules or expectations for behavior. Now, there are different rules and expectations in different situations that we're in. As an instructor, I have certain rules and expectations that I'm supposed to follow while I'm instructing you. I'm supposed to know what I'm talking about. I'm supposed to not curse. I'm supposed to wear clothes. I'm supposed to not flip you off. There are certain rules that I have to follow. There are certain rules that you have to follow. As a student, I expect that you will study, that you will watch these videos. I expect that you'll do your work. I expect that you will take exams. I expect that you will reach out to me if you need help. Those are the expectation, the norms of being a student. Now, if we move into a different area outside of school, there are new norms, okay? I always really like to give the example of bathroom behavior, okay? There are certain rules and expectations when you go to the bathroom in public, okay? So if you enter into a male bathroom, a men's bathroom where there are urinals, there's an expectation that you will not stand directly next to another man. You will skip urinals. You will have space between you. You don't look anywhere other than straight ahead. There's no looking down. There's no looking over. There's no talking to one another while you're going. There are certain rules and expectations. Now, if you enter into a female bathroom and you go into a stall and you're going to the bathroom and somebody else comes in and uses another stall, it's not as important that there's space between, but it is important if you don't know each other and you didn't enter the bathroom at the same time, that you don't talk about what you're doing. So if I go to the bathroom and I'm in a stall and I'm going poop, yeah, I said it, and then somebody else comes in and they go into another stall and they sit down and they proceed to also poop, we will have what we call a poop off. Who will go first? Most of the time we will hold it and wait till the next person leaves, washes their hands, gets out, and then we'll proceed to do our business. These are norms and expectations that nobody taught us. Nobody said, hey, when you go to the bathroom, you should definitely skip a urinal or two. Nobody told you, hey, if you're going poop in a public restroom and somebody else comes in to poop, that you should hold it because it's impolite to have a poop hit the water and hear a splash or giggle at a fart. We are never really told that, but they're expectations that we have nonetheless. These are norms. Some are weird and funny and we laugh about them, but some are really serious, like laws. Laws are really serious. Don't murder. Don't drink and drive. Also, you can't tie your alligator to a fire hydrant in Louisiana. Don't know if you knew that, but that's also a law. You can't sell your eyeballs in Texas. Also a law. We may or may not take that one super seriously. Please don't sell your eyeballs in Texas or anywhere else. But those are also norms, okay? So there are 4 types of norms. There are folkways, mores, laws, and taboos. So I've talked about a few folkways. Folkways are minor norm violations like bathroom behavior, etiquette, burping at a dinner table, saying thank you, saying hello when someone says hello to you. All of these are folkways, they're expectations. But if you break one of them, if you burp at the dinner table or you don't say hello, you're not going to go to jail, okay? So minor violations, not a ton of trouble if you don't do them. The next one are mores. Mores are when we get our emotions tied into these expectations. So like cheating on a significant other kind of makes us feel gross when we hear that somebody else has done this, or if it's been done to us, or even if we do it ourselves, we don't tend to feel super great about it. There are exceptions to this always, but when we have emotions tied into these norms, these expectations, these rules, they become mores. Burning an American flag, for example, not against the law. It actually is covered under freedom of speech. But if we see somebody do it, it tends to make us feel a certain way. So those are mores. Laws, these are codified, written down, and enforced by the state. So again, don't sell your eyeballs. There are other funny ones that you can look up. I know that in the state of Texas, jaywalking, if you walk across the street and get hit by a car, even though you're breaking the law by jaywalking, the right-of-way is still yours. And so the person who hit you gets in trouble. In Louisiana, not that way. If you go into Louisiana and jaywalk and a car hits you, it's your fault for jaywalking. So norms change, or laws change. They both change. But laws change state to state, county to county, country to country. So be aware as you travel. The last one, and most everybody's favorite, are taboos. Taboos are laws, or not always laws, but most of them are, that are so repugnant, they're so disgusting that most people in society wouldn't even think of doing them. For example, pedophilia, that's a taboo. We don't even think about doing it for the most part because it is so repugnant in society. Also cannibalism, the consumption of human flesh. It's not something that we think about because it's something that is so repugnant, it's so disgusting that we wouldn't think about doing it. Although cannibalism is an interesting one because it's technically not illegal, I know, but desecration of a human corpse is illegal, so that's how they get around that. Another one is going to be incest, so having sex with or having a relationship with a close relative, mom, dad, sister, brother, aunt, uncle, grandparents, our own children. All of those things are taboo.